Hey YouTubers, how you doing? How you doing out there? Let me try and see if I can do a little bit of President Obama impression. Yes, we can, America. Yes, we can to freedom. Yes, we can to unity among the American people. Yes, we can. Let that creed cry out from coast to coast, from one shore of America to another shore of America. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. At this moment, in this election, not the last election, this election, we seek a candidate whose rhetoric against minorities and against women is controversial. So let us support Hillary in her quest for the White House. Yes, we can. uh, man. I felt sorry for Mr. Trump. I regret what I said. I regret what I said. I didn't mean it. That was locker room talk. It came out by live. I've apologized to my family. I've apologized to the American public. Look, there are a lot of issues that are more important right now that we should be grappling with. Our border is open. We will build a wall. It will be under budget. It will be on time. And oh, he has to have that finger. And we're going to win big. We're going to win big. And I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to get out of the race. Mike Pence is a great guy, you know. So uh, Trump is so easy to imitate. I wish Arnold Schwarzenegger was running for president. This is the most important thing to our society right now. And I've acted in many movies, in Predator, in Determinator, in Commando, and all these things. And it's just a disgrace what is happening. Just a disgrace what is happening in our country. And I love being governor, but now I want to make more movies again. And it's just been a calling of mine ever since I was Mr. Olympia. I wanted to come to the United States. It's the land where dreams come true. And you know, um, I'm not the greatest impressionist in the world, but at least I can give it my shot. I would like to imitate like Rebecca Kadaga. That's how she speaks. She's like in Parliament. Must expeditiously foresee that the August House would expeditiously vote on issues of Kamuli. I don't know. It's fun to watch her to watch. I don't imitate the president because I mean that there's some guy who's imitated the president and gone left field, and I'm like, it's not fun. No. Who else can I imitate? 50 Cent. Yo, man, flows bone crushing. We've been starting nothing but so 745 chromes hitting haters being a hater. I've been hater from the beginning. Motherfucking 80. I don't know why 50 Cent just eats his words. It just like, man, I'm not going to be broke. I'm going to file for bankruptcy one more time. I need $100 million. 50, was kind of. I've always wanted to imitate Denzel. Denzel can be like, okay, now I'm gonna put down my gun. Okay, you gotta release it right now. Okay, you gotta release it. I'm putting down my gun, and you just release. Okay, we'll work this thing out. Okay, pow! I don't remember which movie it was, but he shot some guy called Blake. He was in his underwear and he had a gun on the back of his boxers. I forget the name of the movie. I was really I like where Denzel acts. He's a really cool actor, you know. What else have I wanted to? Yeah, of course I love Martin Luther King, but I don't imitate him really for the sake of making fun, but the things he said were really powerful. You better check out one of his that I have a dream speech, and he's like, go back to Mississippi, go back to Alabama, go back to Georgia, go back to the Louisiana, go back to all the northern cities, and know that somehow this thing can and will be changed. I still have a dream. I have a dream that one day on the red hilltops of Georgia, little black boys and little black girls will join together as sisters and brothers. I have a dream that right there in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls may sit together at the table of brothers. But I have a dream. My four little children will grow up in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. This must remain true. Let freedom reign from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom reign from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom reign for the hiding alligators of I don't know which county it was. Not only that, and when that thing happens, when we let freedom reign in all of the in every hamlet and every city, we shall speed up that day when all of God's children, white Protestants and Catholics, Jews and jailers, will join up in the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty we're free at last. Oh well, I just love that speech. It's one of those iconic speeches. You just got I know I've butchered it, but I just love that speech. Then let me see, let me see. Who else can I imitate? Benny Hinn. Saints, sow your seed, sow that seed, and you'll get a miracle. This is your day. Oh man, why am I imitating a preacher? Oh, the preacher I love to imitate is Thomas D. Jakes. You know, I just love that someone will pressure the secret weapon of the enemy. It's like, John is taking everybody's members. John has the mega church. John is the premier prelate of a generation, and when Eve is tempted by the snake, the tree was good for food. It was pleasant to the eye and desirous to make one wise. This is the pride of life. And he says he had a conversation. His head was having a conversation with his heart. And he said, Jesus was tempted like as we are in all points, yet without sin. And yet he died in his 30s. He wasn't tempted with old age. He wasn't tempted with lesbianism. He was, and so, but he was tempted in all points. There aren't but 3 points: the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life. And John is taking everybody's members. John has the mega church. And yet, in the midst of the masses of the pew, there's somebody God is planning to raise up, touch your neighbor and say, "You don't know who I is. I haven't come into my own yet." And then, you know, the Lord that I worship was just a face in John's church. He stood surrounded by the mass, and then he says he wishes he had time to preach this thing. And then he says the chilly Jordan waters were moving across his toes and across his ankles. And he came to John and said, "Suffer me to be baptized." And he's in Matthew 4. And then he says that, the devil took him, straightway was taken, he came up out of the waters, and the Father said, "Here is my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased." See, God will not endorse you if you rebel against leadership. Some of you are anointed, but you're not appointed. Let me get out of that. So he's taken into the wilderness, and was tempted 40 days and 40 nights. And the devil told him, "Turn this piece of stone to bread. This is nothing but the lust of the flesh." And then he shows him all the kingdoms of the world in a flash, and it's the lust of the eye. And then he takes him to a high point and says, "Cast yourself down. Show them who's boss. This is the pride of life." He has never seen it like it is today. Somebody saying, "If I ever get a chance to lead a solo in the church, I'm gonna wreck the church." And someone says, so you can't you get a new car and you can't enjoy it for trying to drive it, across your ex-husband's house, honking the horn, and some of you're 29 and you still haven't had a baby yet, and you're 39 and you're still not married, and sometimes he finishes preaching and just runs to his house because preachers are trying to chase him with business cards. Everybody's trying to be discovered, and the spirit of prostitution has taken over the church. But the same God that raised you up and saved you will raise you up. And let me get out of it. Preach like TD Jakes all day, man. I listen to him sermons, man. It's really good. Some of you are benefiting even from the invitation. I don't know. You know, Christopher Walken, man. Val, you got out of the slam. We can't party, man. I don't know if Mickey D's is still up there. We can't party no more. Clap hands when I gotta do it before 10 this morning. Val, you're not a loser. You still got. When you clap hands, give me the job. The day you went in. Oh man, but I love Don Corleone, man. Don Corleone in The Godfather. It's like, let us make him an offer that he can refuse. You know, this is my daughter's wedding. Consider this a gift from Don Corleone to you. Yeah, the politicians and the judges are in my pocket. But these drugs is enough. It's really terrible. It's not like women or liquor. But we'll work together. Consider it a favor. I'll grant you the favor. Oh man, I love Don Corleone. I've never watched the full movie, but I love The Godfather. It was produced even before I was born, and I don't know. So what did I want to do an impression of before I sign out? Let me see. Uh, oh, MJ, MJ. If you just go check out Motown 25, and he's like, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're beautiful." Uh, you know, those were good songs. I like those songs. We had magic moments with all of my brothers, including Jermaine. But those were good songs. I like those songs a lot. But especially, I like the new song. And you check out Billie Jean, man. That was just like my favorite Billie Jean performance of all time. Motown 25, man. May he rest in peace. I learned so much from the king of pop. Oh man. Somebody said like Conrad Murray was a snake. I think Martin Bashir was a snake. Because if he hadn't done that documentary, those charges of molestation wouldn't have come up. I've always liked Michael Jackson. That's it. Well, which other impression is have I thought about doing on this? I'm just trying to think of it. Impression. I can't do Miley Cyrus. She's a girl. Yeah, but it's fun. All right, that's it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, stop this thing.